I think that whatever it is that you believe in dictates the laws of your reality and the limitations of your reality. So if you believe in religion, that's what's real in your reality, that's what's true. If you believe in the devil, you believe in demonic possession, you will be shown that these things exist and are real. If you believe in manifestation, then manifestation is real in your reality. If you believe in science, that's what's real for you. And your reality is going to reflect back whatever you believe in, because we have the power of belief, and our belief is what gives power to things and what controls the reality that we're living in. As humans, we generally believe in things when we see evidence of them. And you can find evidence to support any belief system. There's evidence out there to support any belief system that you want to have. So you can decide which belief system feels best to you, which one do you want to have and live in, and then find evidence to support that belief system. And if there's not a lot of people around you whose belief systems you want to emulate, then I really recommend using YouTube, using social media, and finding people who you want to be like, finding people who resonate with you, and really flooding your mind with that so that you can reprogram your mind and find evidence of these things. That's what I did. I just really flooded my mind with the things that I wanted to believe and people who were reflections of that. And I think we all get to choose what reality to live in based on our belief systems, but a lot of us have forgotten that we even have this power. This is why faith is so powerful, because I think that all of our power lies in our belief, and you give power to whatever you believe in. Things don't have power over you unless you believe in them. So God cannot work in your life unless you believe in God. Or things like evil eye, spiritual warfare, I don't believe in those things. I think that these things can influence you and impact your life if you believe in them, because it's you giving them the power to influence you. But these things have no power within themselves without you giving them power through your belief in them. There are a lot of situations where people die after getting misdiagnosed with cancer, and then the autopsy reveals that there was nothing wrong with them, or people die or have something happen to them after getting cursed. And this happens because they believe in it, because the power of their belief ends up making them sick. Whereas if someone were to tell you that they put a curse on you and you didn't believe that that was a possibility, then nothing would happen to you. I think that sometimes science and research can actually limit the possibilities of what is possible because it's affecting what we believe is possible. Or even some of us believe in algorithms, right? We believe that algorithms are dictating what is happening in our life and controlling what is happening in our life. And so you get to choose what has power over your life, and if things are working against you or if things are always going to be working in your favor. I love Joe Dispenza. He has helped me so much, but he kind of talks about this idea that when you have negative emotions, you're attracting a negative reality. And I don't like to choose to believe that. I like to believe that all of my negative emotions are helping me release things, helping me purge, and bringing in better things for me. And I like to lean into my negative emotions and allow myself to feel them, because I think that is a really important part of being human and having a healthy relationship with yourself. I think that when I feel negative emotions, it's serving me, it's helping me, it's allowing me to release things and purge. And it's okay for me to feel negative emotions. It's okay for me to be fearful. And that's not gonna bring negative things into my reality. And maybe that's been shown to you in the past. I think that no matter what I'm feeling or thinking, everything is always working in my favor now, but it has been shown to me how much my life has transformed as I've changed my mind and changed my belief systems and expanded what I believe is possible. So when you first discover these concepts, you might be living in a certain reality, in a very different, limited reality. And through gratitude and positive thinking and things like that, you can bring in a very different life experience. And there have been many times in my life where I get something before I feel deserving of it, or before I believe that it's possible for me. And I'm sure that you can look at your life and find some of this evidence as well, that not every single thing that happened in your life was coming from your mind and coming from your emotions. Sometimes I think the universe does step in and give us what we need and help us. But also when you're able to develop this healthy mindset and change your belief system, you're able to change your reality and experience a much more enjoyable reality where things are just working out for you a lot more and everything is working in your favor in a way that it might not have been before. And everyone has their own belief system, and every celebrity, every influencer, every politician is selling you a belief system, whether they are doing it consciously or not. A lot of politicians are selling fear, and what the perceived threat is that they want you to be afraid of depends on the politician. It's not like every politician is right and you agree with all of them, but you're just choosing who you like the best. No, it's like they're all living in their own world, in their own belief system, and they all have a completely different perspective on reality. And it's like, who do you align with the most? And the same is true for every single person that you interact with, every single thing that you consume online. Each person has their own belief system, and you might be influenced by it when you're consuming their content, but you can choose which belief system feels the best to you, which one you like, and which one you want to believe, and spend more time around people who share that belief system. Like if you believe that all men are trash, everyone's a cheater, everyone's horrible, then that might be what's reflected back to you in your reality, because that's what you believe in. And there are times where I'll be on Twitter reading about all these toxic relationships, and it makes me feel bad. And I can recognize that this is not a reality that I want to live in. This is not what I want or what I believe in. But sometimes you're shown evidence of it anyway, but you don't have to look at evidence of it every day and focus on that evidence. There's evidence for every single belief system that you want, and evidence of every single reality, because so much exists. But I can just decide that that's just a representation of 1% of the world, and I don't attract those types of people. We're all constantly exposed to so many different belief systems, especially with the internet, and you'll notice which ones make you feel good and which ones make you feel bad, and I think that you can use that as a guide. I always try to kind of stay away from fear-based thinking, because personally that doesn't make me feel good. And I think that God is love, and the closer you get to love and positive, loving emotions, I think the closer you are to God and to the truth of who we are. But also, I don't make the mistake of thinking that my belief system is the best one for everyone and that everyone should share my belief system. I think that different belief systems serve us at different times, and they're meant to change, we're meant to grow. I think that everyone is meant to have different human experiences and believe different things at different times, and it's not really up to you to change other people's beliefs. And different belief systems serve different people. They give you different life experiences that are fun and cool, and we're meant to change them throughout our lives as well and have that experience. And so I don't try to project and like really push my beliefs onto people. I like that I'm able to make these videos and share my ideas with people, but I'm not forcing it down anyone's throat. I know that in the beginning of spiritual awakening, a lot of us want to help everyone. We want to end suffering for people. We don't want people to be in this fear-based ego thinking, but it all serves a purpose. Like none of it is above anything else, and people are meant to have different experiences. So I think you should just allow people to believe what they believe, and you can choose whether or not to have them in your life. I think that we are these spiritual beings. I think that we were just this limitless, godlike energy, and we wanted to create life, and we wanted to create something for us to do. And you have to have the contrast of good and bad and pain and love. But also it's like, why wouldn't we give ourselves this power to control our reality and control the laws of reality while we're in it with our own minds? And I think that we did. And a lot of people are just not aware of that. But once you do realize that, you're able to really create a much more enjoyable life experience and really open up the possibilities of what can happen in your reality. But yeah, personally, I like to just choose the belief system that makes me feel the happiest, that makes me feel the best, that makes me feel the most positive emotions, and that is one that doesn't involve much fear. And so I don't really fear things going wrong in my life. I don't really believe that I'm ever being punished. I don't believe that my negative emotions are gonna bring bad things into my life. I don't believe in evil eye. I don't believe in spiritual warfare. I don't think that those things have any power over me. And now all of this is reflected back into my reality. And I live in such a positive, easy, amazing reality now. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.